Soros-Activist who confronted Flake in elevator just slapped with bad news and it's Ocasio-Cortez fault. I confess, I'm not a huge booster of the tongue-trippingly flippant maxim, everything happens for a reason. It chirps around me from well-meaning folks all the time and sounds nice, bringing encouragement to some distressed people, I suppose. But I prefer and unapologetically endorse a promise sort of close to it, but differentiated from it in a crucial detail that would be the cornerstone Christian notion that, for those who are sincerely seeking after the Creator and His will, He will work everything together for good. Those of us who love God and believe the law of the land actually matters might best be a fulfillment of my more biblically rooted principle of choice in some fallout from last week's Jeff Flake debacle. Gateway pundit's Jim Hoft provides this morsel. Last Friday Senator Jeff Flake announced he would vote to confirm Brett Kavanaugh out of the Judiciary Committee. Then he got cornered in an elevator by screaming leftists for 4 minutes. About an hour later Jeff Flake came out and announced he would only vote for Brett Kavanaugh if an investigation continued on the man for another week. Exactly what Democrats were hoping for. The women who were screaming at Senator Jeff Flake in the elevator are Soros-funded astroturfed activists. Maria Gallagher and Anna Maria Archila. And they have raised over $30,000 on CrowdPack for their elevator antics. These two heroes, who confronted Jeff Flake this morning, just changed the course of the Kavanaugh process. Wayu so much. It's come to light that Ms. Archila is of Colombian provenance and claims she was sexually abused as a child in her mother country. Comments, furthermore, from radical progressive congressional candidate Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez DNY imply Archila may be residing in the United States illegally. More from Gateway pundit. Thanks to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez we now know Anna Maria Archila is an illegal alien. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a Democratic socialist and rising star within the Democrat Party, called Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh a liar in a speech to Boston University college students on Monday. She went on to hail Anna Maria Archila as from our district, is from Queens. In fact, she is an immigration activist, which just goes to show intersectionality and how interwoven all of these fights are. Because she is putting everything on the line and risking deportation. And that's how we need to be. That is what creates power and movement, coalition building. If Ms. Archila's heartbreaking story is authentic, there remains in place for her a process for those seeking legally sanctioned refugee status within our 50 states. The caterwauling activist can go, and should have gone through, those steps instead of just showing up, setting up camp here and, oh yes, hysterically accosting an elected official in an elevator. As has been reiterated beaucoup times, and must we really do it again? What's that we do? Okay, here goes. No country, not one, can survive in any meaningful sense if persons are permitted to blow into it from across their borders, maybe or maybe not supply the truth about their backgrounds, their motives for emigrating, the condition of their lives, etc., and proceed to concoct their own rules along the way, opting brazenly to disregard certain laws, perhaps abiding by others. That kind of bourgeois wouldn't work or be tolerated in any other serious enterprise. It won't work and should not be tolerated when dealing with a sovereign nation. Could it be the lawgiver of the universe is leveraging this lady's flamboyant boorishness and Flake's internationally broadcast disgrace to expose a situation which needs to be exposed? Could he be reminding law-abiding Americans how dystopian has become our immigration situation, bringing forth something good from something very bad? Maybe so. Even in the Trump era, ID rated a jump ball whether or not any action will ultimately be taken to address Ms. Archila's reportedly unacceptable status. Guts will be required by a much more sizable number of leaders than we currently enjoy before Americans can assume our nation's immigration policies will be enforced consistently and dependably. But the trend toward that law-honoring day is a tad hardier today than it was 2 or 3 years ago. And incidents like this, involving a possibly undocumented alien who very openly made Senator Jeff Flake's life miserable for a few minutes while surrounded by cameras and microphones, at least bumps it further along. The college fix continues, so we now have illegal alien Soros-paid activists influencing the Supreme Court confirmation process. Nice work, Jeff Flake. That sarcasm aside, ID extends some genuine gratitude to the Arizona lawmaker. Thank you, Mr. Senator, for, unintentionally no doubt, making yourself available to lay bare how decrepit is the current securing of America's borders, and how desperately needed it is for responsible individuals to demand something be done immediately to remedy that state of affairs.